Hello, boys and girls. It's Wednesday, April 15th, and this is what you're going to be doing for Mrs. Brenton today. So here is our checklist. We have our morning message today, reader's workshop, writing, centers, and guided reading. And because today is Wednesday, I'm going to be meeting with my yellow group friends on Zoom. And all of your grown-ups were sent Zoom invitations and book assignments for you guys through Epic. And my blue group friends, you are going to be choosing one of those reading passages that were included in the envelope that was mailed to you from the school. So just pick whichever one you want and read that story and answer those questions that go with that story. And I'm sorry I didn't get to meet with my blue group friends on Monday. There were just so many families with power outages, it didn't seem fair. So I'm going to try and schedule something on Friday so we can at least all kind of chat and connect. All right, so here is your morning message for today. And again, this is a letter. So at the top, we're going to be including the date, April 15th, 2020. And this is the way the letter reads. Dear happy children, today is a windy day. My friend and I are going to fly kites. We want to see whose kite will fly the highest. I hope I win. Yours truly, Mrs. Brenton. Now, the question at the bottom says that there are triangles all around you and to name at least 3. So go looking around your house and see if you can find 3 things that are in the shape of a triangle, and you can draw a picture or write about them in the box below. Also, for your morning message, you're going to be looking at antonyms. Now, antonyms are words that have the opposite meaning. So I want you to look at the first picture and see what you think that picture is showing you. Now, I'm looking at a cow facing me, which means that that's probably the front of the cow, right? And the opposite of the front is the back, okay? So I helped you out with that first one. I want you to see if you can do the rest on your own. And I want you to, after you're done that, choose a set of the words and use them in a sentence. So I might use front and back and say, I have a porch at the front and at the back of my house, right? So I just use those antonyms, front and back, to describe my house. I have a porch on the front and in the back. For Reader's Workshop today, you're going to be listening to the story Mrs. Wishy-Washy's Farm by Joy Cowley. And you can click on that YouTube link and watch that video on YouTube. Now, you read on Monday or listened to a read aloud of Click, Clack, Moo. So as you're listening to this story, I want you to think about how the characters in this book are similar and how they are different from the characters in Click, Clack, Moo. And how is the setting similar? How is it different? Where does this story take place? Did you notice any words or phrases that repeated in the book? And if so, what were they? Do you think animals on a farm could really run around town like they did in the book? Now, these are just questions for you to brainstorm. You don't have to write them down unless you want to. But again, we just want you to listen to this story and to really be thinking about it as you're listening. For writing today, if you want to refresh your memory, you can rewatch my YouTube video for this week's Writer's Workshop. But if you're rocking and rolling, then all you really need to do today is make sure that you have completed the work on your first page. And then you're going to do your editing, right? And every time we edit, we're rereading our work and checking especially for things like capital letter, punctuation, sounds like how we talk. And I talked about that in the video last time, but you all know that I say this all the time. You always have to start your sentences with capital letters. You're always starting the names of places and people with capital letters, and of course that sight word I. You also want to make sure you're always including really good punctuation. Make sure that your readers know, are you asking, telling, or yelling? And make sure you're not writing those run-on sentences we talked about and you're including good commas and conjunctions where you need to. And also make sure your work sounds like how we talk. If you're having trouble reading it, chances are I'm not going to be able to read it, or neither will a grown-up in your house. So reread your sentence and fix it up and make sure it sounds like how we talk. And if you want to, and if your grown-ups are able, maybe you can read them your first page and have them help you edit. So it's always good to have another set of eyes on our work. Sometimes I have Mr. Brenton read my stuff, and he can kind of see things that I can't see, and it helps me to be a better editor. So if you have a grown-up available in your house who can help you with that, try to do that as well. For guided reading today, again, I'm going to be meeting with yellow groups on Zoom. All of your grown-ups were emailed books that you're going to be reading with me during those Zoom meetings. In a blue group, again, you're going to be choosing one leveled reading passage from your packet. Now, I've had a couple grown-ups who've been emailing me saying, where are these passages? They were included separately from all of the other stuff in that envelope that was mailed to you from the school. And they were included separately because every kiddo kind of got their own passages based on their reading levels. So it's separate from the big packet, and it's just kind of included in the envelope. And they usually have a short story with a few questions below. So pick whichever one you want and answer those questions and read that story. Just a reminder that you have 5 different center options that you can pick from. You should have done one on Monday, and you're going to pick another one to do today. And if you are a real superstar and you want to just help your brain grow more and more, you can choose to do one every day. But I'll run down real quick and remind you what your options are. So the word sort is one option. Practice writing your sight words or typing your sight words is another option. You can go and play a reading game on pbskids.org. You can draw pictures of compound words in your journal, or you can pick up a favorite book and look for the blends that are listed here below. And of course, because we have a Makerspace in our classroom, just a reminder that this is your Makerspace challenge for this week. Finding a plastic bottle or container that you can turn into a planter, and having fun with that and finding a cool way to turn that piece of trash into something new and fun. So just a reminder as well that your social studies assignment for this week is completing this writing prompt about Earth Day. Earth Day is April 22nd, which is next week. Now, I didn't get to pack your mailing envelopes myself. Mrs. Dixon helped me because we didn't want to have too many teachers in the building with the virus going around. So I think she might have included a different version of this worksheet in some friends' packets. And if that's the case for you, you can go ahead and use that. That's totally fine. I also attached the this worksheet to Class Dojo. So if your parents want to print this one out instead, they can do that. But either one is fine as long as you're writing about what you can do to make the world a better place. That's all I really want to see. All right, so don't forget to remind your grown-ups to take pictures of your work and to post that on Class Dojo so that I can take a look. So many of you have done that so far, so thank you so much for remembering. I want to see all of your great writing. I'm seeing some really, really awesome first drafts for those book series books. So I just can't wait to keep on reading them. So please send me yours so I can see your work as well. And in the meantime, have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you guys again on Monday.